What's going on YouTube? It's another All About Max, and today we're going to be restoring a Sony VAIO desktop computer. I actually just picked this up today. Go ahead and lay it down. Picked this up today at a thrift store for 10 bucks. Kind of took a gamble on whether it would work or not, but it does work, but there's a few things that we need to repair on it. One being the floppy drive inside needs to be replaced, so we're going to be replacing that, as well as cleaning it up. It's a little dirty, and we're going to be also doing an fresh install of Windows XP on it. So this will be a Windows XP machine, and right now it is I believe it's running at a 2.3 gigahertz Pentium 4 CPU. It's got a DVD combo drive for burning, a CD-ROM drive, and a floppy drive that is, I've tested it out, it's non-functional, it turns on but it doesn't read anything. This does have Windows Vista loaded on it, so we're going to be obviously getting rid of that and putting Windows XP back on it because this computer came with Windows XP originally. So we're going to go ahead and get into that, but first we're going to clean up the sides a little bit. So for this, I'm just going to use some Clorox wipes. These are just generic versions of them, but do a little bit of this first because most of this stuff is just goo and stuff on the top. We might need a sponge because a lot of this stuff is kind of caked on here. So go ahead and clean this down a little bit. See, this thing's already turning brown. Yeah, and I actually just found this, like I said, at a thrift store. Kind of just was looking around. I found this new thrift store close by me, and they happened to have this thing sitting there. And I asked, I was like, it kind of looked cool. I like the basic case design. And it was a Windows XP machine. Fortunately, it doesn't have Windows XP on it, but the lady I was like, yeah, how much is this? And she's like, are you a student? And I was like, well, yeah, because I'm a student at my community college close by here. And she's like, I'll give it to you for, what was it? She asked 20 bucks, but I knew this thing had probably just been sitting here for a long time. So I just said, I was like, I got 10 bucks on me, give me $10. And she took it. So go ahead and wipe down the other side here. It's already looking a lot better. Now I was already looking, I kind of already wanted to do a Windows XP style computer. I was going to build one, but if I could find the right stuff, I was really looking for a Pentium 4 CPU. So this is kind of perfect that I stumble upon this one. Clean this up a little bit. Of course, we'll probably have to air out the front. The front case is actually pretty clean for the most part. Alright, so this is a lot more cleaned up now. Of course, there's some scuffs on there that we can't really get rid of, but it's looking a lot nicer. So next part of this video is going to be me hopefully disassembling the floppy drive and replacing it with a used new one. Alright, so welcome back. So we're going to be installing Windows XP now. The floppy drive that I thought I had is unfortunately an older model that's not compatible with this one. So we're just going to have to do that in another video. But we will install, or try to install, Windows XP right now. So I got my disk here. Go ahead and load it into the CD-ROM drive. We'll go ahead and restart the computer. So we'll go ahead and boot from the CD-ROM. Windows setup. Woo! So we're probably gonna have to format the hard drive, assuming, to get this Windows XP install running. Setup is loading files. This is Windows XP Service Pack 3. So we're gonna be doing that as soon as this kind of loads up. This is gonna be a full install here, so you can skip to different parts of the video if you like. This is going to be pretty interesting because I haven't had Windows XP. I haven't used Windows XP in probably, I want to say, like as a main operating system, probably since 2010, or no, a little bit earlier than that. Maybe like, I think it was like around 2008 or 2009 when we upgraded to something else. I believe it was Windows 7. Windows 7 I'm still using on my EliteBook. And Windows 10 I'm using on my main desktop computer. So setup is starting now. Go ahead and zoom into this. So we're going to go ahead and partition the C drive here. Format. Do a quick version. Go ahead and format the drive here. I got this computer hooked up to my Dell LCD monitor just because I didn't want to mess with all of my other cords. That's going on right now. This is gonna be pretty cool. At least I think it is. It's kind of funny. When I was little, I always wanted a Sony VAIO desktop, or their laptops in particular. I always thought like just Sony was like a top brand and it was like really cool. But I kind of like this case design, and most of it's pretty basic for the most part. So you can see here, except for the front's like a brushed type silver deal. Other than that, it's pretty a basic case. Nothing too much going on with it. And it's really nice that it's loaded with a Pentium 4 drive. So setup is copying files. Blah, blah, blah. And maybe once this actually loads Windows XP, maybe the floppy drive might work. I'm not sure. Maybe it just wasn't compatible, or the drivers weren't right with Windows Vista that was loaded on it. But yeah, we'll see what happens when that gets when Windows XP loads up on this guy. Alright, so you guys watched that. And feel free to skip through the video. Probably actually end up going back out today and searching for some other computer stuff. It just depends. I was actually at the flea market before I went to this thrift store, and our flea market usually has some pretty cool stuff, but today it was very bare. There was nothing really out there, except there was an old Sony Mavica, the same one that I had bought originally from there a while ago. They had another one, and I was kind of tempted to buy it, but I already had one, and the only real reason to buy another one is maybe to get an extra battery for it. But and kind of just to have another one. If it was like $5, I probably would have bought it, but the guy was trying to charge like $60 for it, and yeah, I wasn't having that. There was no way I was going to spend $60 on that, and I already had one, but it was in really nice condition. So now it says please wait while setup initializes your Windows XP configuration. So this software, or this operating system CD, should already be active, hopefully. I'm hoping. So I don't know, it restarted now. So the key to boot from CD. Hopefully I don't have to redo this. Because last time this happened, it was with when I was trying to install Windows 2000 on one of my computers, and it kept making me do it for like restarting it, and it was very annoying. That's what happens when you don't have the real software. But let's see, hopefully it's loading the files, all that stuff, so hopefully it's working. It's actually kind of nice that it had Windows Vista on it, because I wasn't really even going to do a video of this computer. I was going to maybe show it off, but it gives me a reason to do kind of a restore video on a old Sony VAIO desktop, which is kind of cool. Setup is loading files, so it's working now. I guess it's just loading all the files and stuff like that. Something about floppy disk, so hopefully setup is starting Windows. Windows XP Professional setup. Go ahead and try this again here. I don't know why. I mean, when I turned this computer on originally, there wasn't really anything on there. Somebody kind of had wiped it out, mostly of all their information. It was just a kind of like a clean install of Windows Vista, which is not going to work. Hopefully this works. I'm trying to get this working here. And I should be doing a video soon of the recent find. I have a old Packer Build Legend 204 CD that I got a week ago when I was down in Greensboro visiting family. So I should be doing a video of that relatively soon as well. That one is kind of difficult because it has no operating system on it, and I cannot for the life of me get anything installed on it. The floppy drive says it's hooked up. Not sure if it works or not. It could be dead, which might be a problem, or it could be that I'm not formatting the right boot software on the disk itself. So I don't know, there's a lot of problems with it that I just wish it already had Windows 95 on it, but unfortunately that's the challenge of restoring old computers. They're not meant to be easy to restore, unfortunately. They're kind of difficult to do. But it gives me something to do on my weekends off. So we're at about 57% here. So this is going to be a pretty long video. Like I said, just feel free to skip if you're not familiar with Windows XP Professional installs. But if you don't, might as well watch it. And hopefully this will upload relatively fast on YouTube. For some reason my laptop seems to not want to upload fast on my computer. %81 now. Oh yeah, and this has a, I don't know if I mentioned, this has a 100 gigabyte ID hard drive, I believe, in here. So I'll probably end up leaving that in. There's really no point. I'm not really trying to replace anything internal-wise in it, other than, you know, the floppy drive. If that doesn't work, that would be my main thing to replace. But other than that, nothing really too much. Please wait while you're set up. Initialize your XP configuration, loading information, saving configuration, setting up startup, restarting computer. Oh god. Hopefully this worked. Or you're just going to see a lot of me getting frustrated. Because like I said, this happened my last time. When I tried to do Windows 98 or Windows 2000 install on an old Hewlett-Packard computer. And it took me like fucking 3 times. Okay, here we go. Oh. Windows XP, that's what I like to see. So this computer should be pretty quick. It's got 1 gig of RAM, Pentium 4, 2 point something gigahertz. Oh, we'll see once this actually loads up. I'm sure I gotta put information in. An exciting new look. Windows XP Professional Sports is a visual design that combines a sleek look, clean lines, and appealing colors with a task-oriented design and exceptional streamlined navigation. Yeah, Windows XP was actually really cool for the time. It was a lot different look than, you know, your normal Windows 95 era through 2000 era taskbar type setup. So this is going to take 39 minutes, so I'll probably cut the video here and come back once this is done installing, because there's really no point of keeping this on for 39 minutes. So we'll see you in a little. Alright, so we're back here. I guess it finished what it was doing, so we'll go ahead and start it back up. Just to focus. There we go. So hopefully that went ahead and worked. This camera's a little buggy. Alright, so improve your appearance of visual elements. Windows will automatically adjust your screen resolution. Perfect. Good old Sony VAIO. You'll never be tempted. You'll never be hurt by Windows Vista again. I swear. You have an operating system that, whoa, that looks kind of gross looking. I don't know why that is. So I feel like it shouldn't be looking like that. Once we get into the setup here. And whoa, that's not looking good. Looks like a Picasso painting here. That's whoa, why is this like that? Okay. Oh yeah, like to do this, click this balloon. Alright, let's go to the control panel here. Oh, it's at the lowest. Wow, that's terrible. Why is it like that? Troubleshoot that. It's kind of weird. Okay, obviously that's not going to work because that is like the most gross thing I've ever seen. So why are we... It has nothing to do with this. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and restart this right now because that's kind of... shouldn't be right. I don't know why it's not letting me do more than freaking Go ahead and try this again. I don't know why the color palette was like so off on that. It was like terrible. Come on, maybe I have to do a clean It's looking good so far, but once that damn screen comes on, I'm gonna be pissed if it's like gross color. Exciting new look. Please insert CD. So it wasn't done installing yet, so I don't know why. So we might have to restart this install because I don't know what happened, why it ended up restarting in the first place. We'll see if it goes anywhere in a little bit. We'll be back in a second. So I am finally back after a while of fiddling around with this. So I had a problem with the screen not coming up right. It was only giving me the lowest setting of color possible. And it turns out, I don't know why I didn't think of this at first. It's probably just because I haven't done an operating system install like this in a while, and I'm so used to Mac hardware. But of course, XP is not going to have any of the drivers loaded on this, so I had to go and reinstall the graphics card driver. So now the color's working great on it, which is nice. It was looking like a crappy thing before. So we can actually see here, which is really nice. So let's go to my computer, view system information, make sure everything comes up. So, yep, Intel Pentium 4 CPU running at a 2.66 gigahertz with a 0.99 gigs of RAM, 1 gig of RAM pretty much. This is running Windows XP Home Edition Service Pack 3. So let's see if the floppy disk drive works, which is one of my main things. Go ahead and insert a disk in here. It doesn't sound like it's spinning at all, but not accessible. No ID address mark was found on the floppy disk. What the heck? What does that mean? Maybe the disk is bad. Who knows? But whatever. Go ahead. So, got my removable disk here that I put the driver on. So I probably have to do a couple more drivers. Probably sound driver as well, because I don't think there's any sound to this. But yeah, so after a while of fiddling around with this, I finally got it to work. Sure, there's some other drivers, like I said, I need to put on here, but other than that, everything's working great. So let's see this here. So I have to activate my Windows. So that's kind of weird. You don't need to give your name or information. So we'll go ahead and turn this off. We'll restart. And I want to kind of log into the professional version I installed of this because I was thinking it was just the install that was giving me trouble until I realized it was just the drivers. So I think, if I'm correct, professional should load. And here, when it's cannot start because the computer is not from the boosters. Okay. Damn it. Well, right now Windows XP is installed here, Home Professional, so hopefully that'll stay on there for a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. I'm kind of tired. I wanted to get some food. I've been waiting a while now. I just want to show you that pretty much everything's loaded on there. And that's pretty much it. So I will catch you on the next video, guys.